Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Keeping reptiles and amphibians can get expensive, especially the initial upfront costs of setting up an enclosure. And lighting can be one of the most expensive parts of it. When the UVB light in my day gecko's vivarium burned out, I got this mercury vapor UVB bulb, and the bulb and the fixture cost about $100. UVB lights are just expensive, and unfortunately, I don't have any solution to help you with that. Another thing that gets expensive is plants. Your vivarium plants need a lot of bright, full-spectrum light in order to thrive. And if you're not giving that to them, well, it just sucks to spend the money on the plants just to watch them languish and die. My favorite lights in the reptile room by far are these Finex planted aquarium lights that right now I have over my boa constrictor Ray and my California king snake Rex. The level of light is really bright, and the programmability of these lights is about the best I've been able to find. But they run about $100 to $150 depending on the size. If I could afford it, I'd replace every light in the room with one of these. But I did some math, and if I was to do that right now, I'd be looking at around $1,200 in just grow lights. But when it comes to LED grow lights for your vivariums and terrariums, I do have a solution, and you won't believe how little it costs. Take a look at the vivariums along this wall. They're all lit very well, and the plants are thriving, and the lights look pretty sleek. And would you believe if I told you that the lights on these vivariums only cost $10 each? That's just about the same cost as a cheeseburger and a Frosty at Wendy's. So the lights I'm talking about are the LED grow light panels made by Sepal. I'll put a link to these lights in the description below. I first bought one of these when I came across it on Amazon, and I was just curious if it was worth the money. And considering I've now bought 5 more of them, I'd say they're definitely worth the money. And this isn't a sponsor or affiliate. I just like these lights and thought it would be a good thing to share with all of you. I ordered another one to replace the light on Scarlet's vivarium, so before we do that, I'll show you what comes in the box when you get it. What comes in the box when you order this are 2 of these thin, lightweight LED panels, and 8 of these little leg pieces. They just snap in and have tape on the bottom, so you can either stick them to the underside of a shelf or put them on backwards and leave the tape covered so they can just sit on top of the terrarium lid. And there's a fairly long cord with a control knob here. All you do is connect these pins into the light panels, and it's good to go. These lights are a good size for an average-sized vivarium. Each of the 2 panels are about 10.5 inches long, and what I really like is that you can put them side by side to cover a more square area, like I did on this vivarium here. Or you can place them lengthwise to cover a longer area, like I did on this dart frog vivarium. I've had this light on this vivarium for about 6 months now, and you can see the plants are growing great and it's even keeping the moss alive. I love the way this light looks in this cabinet enclosure. I wasn't going to show this one yet because it's something for a future video that isn't ready yet. So just consider this one a little bit of a tease. Being able to arrange these two panels in different ways may seem trivial, but let's come over here to Scarlett's vivarium and you'll see what I mean. Right now on Scarlett's vivarium, I have a typical average low-priced 16-inch aquarium LED over this terrarium. And this terrarium for my tomato frog is an 18 by 18 by 18 Exoterra Frogs & Co. terrarium. And I love these Frogs & Co. terrariums. The top is designed to hold humidity but still give some ventilation. So you have one part that is screen and the other part is plexiglass. And see what happens with this light. If I put it to the front, the back of the terrarium is dark. And if I put it in the back, the front of the terrarium is dark. I've just been putting it diagonally to get as much light as I can to this philodendron, which Scarlett absolutely loves. So I'll replace this now with the new light. Look what a difference it made. You can set this light with an automatic timer to turn on and off every 3, 9, or 12 hours. Your reptiles and amphibians need a 12-hour on-off day-night light cycle, so it's nice to be able to set that to run automatically. If I had one complaint, though, it would be this. On these Finex lights, for example, I can set it to run through its 24-hour day-to-night cycle, which is an awesome thing about these lights. Now on these lights, if I have it set to do that, and I manually turn out the lights, when I turn them back on, they keep whatever programming that they were set to when I turned it off. To set this light to auto, you press this button once for 3-hour intervals, and again for 9, and again for 12 hours. And the light will then automatically turn it on and off every 12 hours from the time that you set it. So if I want the light on at 8 a.m. and off at 8 p.m., I have to turn them on and set it at 8 a.m. But if I manually turn off the light, it loses that setting and I can't reset that until the next 8 a.m. But hey, for $10, I'm not going to complain. One last note is that you notice that I've used the word inexpensive, but I haven't used the word cheap. These panels are lightweight, but they feel solidly constructed and they're not flimsy or cheap at all. I've used several of these for quite a while now, and I've not had any of them break or not work properly. And in a time when inflation is so high and everything seems to cost more than it should, it's so nice to find something that actually works well and is affordable. So that's all I have for today. I hope you found this video useful, and feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.